Well, this is Craig, and that's Josh again. We're here for another game of Heavy Gear Blitz. We're going to fight in a much more crowded terrain today in a city. I brought my Northern Airborne Squad with a Thunder Jaguar, a Fire Jaguar, Hunter Commando, and 2 Paratroop Hunters. A Bandit Hunter Clem battle tank, light tank, excuse me, and a GP squad, general purpose, of a headhunter, 2 regular hunters, a hunter with a frag cannon, and a hunter with a snub cannon. Josh has brought his SRA Southern Army with a anti-gear missile launching Naga, 2 light Hun tanks, a GP squad with a command Jaeger and 3 Jaegers with light bazookas, and a recon cadre of 4 regular iguanas. Okay, so here's our setup. The South has to scout this tall building and blockade the North from their entire length of their deployment zone as their missions, while the North has to identify by active detection all of the GP squad Jaegers, and then their other mission is to eliminate all of the little iguanas, all 4 of them. Could be difficult to eliminate iguanas, they're pretty quick. Alright, so let's get this thing going. Okay, the Fire Jaguar just got forward observed by the high-speed iguana using a command point. And now the missile launching Naga in the back there is going to fire a couple anti-gear missiles at the Fire Jaguar. Okay, so we're firing here with +4 on each missile. First one ended up with an 8, so that placed. I'll have to defend against that. Okay, because that is indirect fire, I only have to defend against the raw roll, which Josh's high number was 4. I rolled triple 3s, giving him a margin of success of 1. The anti-gear missile does 15 damage, and the Fire Jaguar has armor 16, so he's okay. Next up is the next attack. Again, CP that. He's going to CP that to re-roll. Okay, so again he placed with an 8, but I only have to defend a 4. I'm +1 defense, -1 because I can't detect my attacker. Here we go. There's a couple 4s and a 5, so he's again just fine. So here we are at the end of turn 1. A little bit of goings on that you didn't see. The shotgun frag cannon wielding hunter came up and did some light damage to the iguana that's scouting the building. The Bandit Hunter Clem threw down a cloud of smoke, letting the GP squad hunters cross the street, so the tanks in their blinds couldn't shoot them. The 2 tanks went hold down in their defensive blinds. And over here we had a grenade from a Jaeger, stun a couple of the GP hunters. And that's about it. So on to turn number 2. Alright, the Fire Jaguar has been target designated, as has that hunter over there. And the Naga is going to fire a couple more missiles and see what it can kill. And that's a 6 I have to defend against. But I am stopped. This isn't good. So stop is 0. I can't see my attacker, so I am -1 to my defense versus that 6. So I got a 4. That's going to be a box of damage. Okay, now with the same +4 to attack, the Naga's going to fire a missile at the hunter. That's a 9, which places. I defend against the raw roll. I am -1 because I can't see my attacker. That is a dead hunter. He explodes instantly. Turn 2 wrap up. We just saw the hunter get overkilled by an anti-gear missile, so he's removed. Over here, this iguana was killed by a combination of fire from the shotgun frag cannon and the snub cannon hunter, so he is removed. The bandit hunter Clem opened fire with some medium rockets and did some damage to the Jaegers. And the iguana that was there was attempting to scout this objective, had yet to achieve it, so it's still up in the air. All 4 of the Jaegers have been actively detected by the northern squad, so that mission has been achieved for 2 points for the north. On to turn 3. Okay, the headhunter designated the iguana there as primary target, coordinated fire, and now the snub cannon hunter is going to fire in the open, optimal range. It's a straight up roll versus at the iguana. We got a 3.
And I'm straight up.
The iguana is also straight up.
Hey, I got a 3.
We got a 3. He's safe.
He's loving it.
Gotta get some kind of action. Okay, the frag cannon hunter moved up and fired at optimal range at the iguana in the open, and scored a 7, making it a 9 after all adjustments. And the iguana's got a straight up roll to defend. That's a 5. So margin of success of 4 times 9 damage is 36 points of damage.
2 boxes?
You got armor 14?
Yeah.
2 boxes. We have over here the hunter paratrooper expose himself to stun the Naga with a grenade launcher, but the 2 tanks coordinated fire with their laser cannons and burned them down. Over here we had the hunter commando fired a light bazooka into the Jaeger's back, and he was obliterated. And then over there, that iguana, the fire jaguar finally got a good lock with his medium rocket pods and obliterated him as well. A lot more damage was done to some people, including the iguana, now to critical damage after a command point shot with the frag cannon. There's that Naga and all of its missile launchingness. Alright, on to the next turn. The Hunter Commando came around the building and fired a shot with his light bazooka into the back of the Naga. The Naga, being stopped and from behind, couldn't defend itself and was cracked open like an eggshell to the armor-piercing rocket. Back to in corner and nowhere else to go, the Armored Commander Iguana slams his gear into full throttle, pulls his vibroblade, and leaps valiantly at the Jaguar. Alright. Jaguar comes out with a whopping 3 for its attack and defense roll, whereas the Iguana pulls out a 5. That's margin of success of 2. Damage 8 from the vibroblade is going to throw a box of damage onto the Jaguar. Spunky little guy drew some blood. Okay, turn 4 wrap up. Over here, the snub cannon hunter with its last shot has zipped up behind the tanks. We're going to hope that gets something. The frag cannon hunter was able to bring down the iguana before it could complete its scouting objective, and then was burnt down by the Hun tanks, by their lasers, so he's gone. And the iguana was brought down by the shotgun effect of the frag cannon. We saw the naga get shot in the back with a light bazooka and explode violently. And over there, fighting for his life, is the Southern Commander in a vicious knife fight with the Fire Jaguar. Turn 5 is going to be interesting. Alright, turn 5 wrap up, end of game wrap up. The Huns were taken out by a combination of light bazooka fire and the snub cannon, and a judicious CP usage. They were both overkilled, so they were removed. Over here, the headhunter was finally killed, but not overkilled, by reaction fire from the Jaeger. The last standard hunter was overkilled by a bazooka shot from a Jaeger with a bazooka, who was then killed by the Klim tank, as well as the command Jaeger. Over there, the iguana fled the board, leaving the game ending with the South have not achieving their scout objective. They also did not keep the North out of their deployment zone, so they scored 0 points. The North did scout the GP squad for two victory points, and they destroyed the equivalent of the entire recon cadre for 2 more, so it is North 4, South 0. Clear Northern victory. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time.